searching for the Anunnaki and exploring Antarctica. It's possible that Antarctica really hides evidence of highly advanced ancient civilizations beneath its thick layers of ice. Is it possible? Is it possible that the Piri-Reis map, the Buash map, and the Orontius-Phineas map are evidence that before Antarctica was discovered in modern times, someone managed to map the contents before it was covered in ice? And could this be the reason why the Nazis were so interested in the now icy continent? Antarctica is one of the most mysterious places on Earth. It's there where scientists and military personnel have seen and witnessed many strange things. It's a place shrouded in mystery where extraordinary discoveries have apparently been made. From pyramids to otherworldly technology, it seems that Antarctica offers it all. But what's really going on there? Is there a slight possibility that there's really something hidden beneath the thick layers of ice on Antarctica? Have you ever thought it possible that in the distant past, when Antarctica was much different than it is today, without ice covering its vast surface, that somehow civilization may have developed there? A map uncovered in the 1900s has created a worldwide debate about Antarctica and what's really down there. The unusual map details a coastline that mirrored the continent of Antarctica. However, instead of being covered with ice, the map depicts Antarctica as a continent covered with vegetation, filled with jungles, rivers with no ice at all, and the map is called the Piri-Reis map. This map means that someone actually saw the continent of Antarctica hundreds or perhaps thousands of years ago when the continents were not covered by ice. The map suggests that someone officially found Antarctica some 300 years before the official explorers stumbled upon it. However, in addition to the Piri-Reis map, other similar cartographical charts have been discovered throughout the centuries. These maps suggest that hundreds, perhaps thousands of years ago, the technologically advanced civilization may have existed on Earth. Mainstream scholars disagree. In addition, the Piri-Reis map, another controversial cartographical chart, was created by a French geographer by the name of Philippe Boche de la Neuville. The Boche map has two versions. One of the charts is believed to accurately depict the ice-free coastline of Antarctica, while the other chart makes no mention of the continent whatsoever. Many indicate that Boche was unaware of the existence of the icy continent and that his depictions were nothing more than a hypothesis. The Orontius-Phineas map is another map which shows Antarctica ice-free, and interestingly, using the dated method of Dr. W.D. Urey from the Carnegie Institute in Washington, D.C., scientists discovered that Antarctica's rivers, sources of fine dispersed deposits, were flowing as depicted on the Orontius-Phineas map about 6,000 years ago. Interestingly, the Nazis knew about these maps and thought to themselves Antarctica must have been a very important place. Hitler is well known to have been fixated on the occult, lost civilizations, ancient technology, and even Atlantis. He eventually became convinced that Antarctica was home to Atlantis and believed that somewhere down there he would find mystical ancient artifacts buried in the ice that could help him achieve his ultimate goal, world domination. It's said that the Nazis eventually formed a team in order to investigate the continent, and during their explorative expedition, they created a massive artificial cave on the continent, which was big enough to hide vehicles and military equipment whilst exploring the icy land. The Nazis are said to have built a massive base in Antarctica called Station 211. According to a number of rumors, Station 211 did exist, and if it did, then it must have been, maybe still is, located inside the ice-free mountain range in the Mullig-Hoffman Mountains of Neuschwabenland, aka Queen Maud Land. According to geologists who participated in the German expedition, the areas where vegetation was present were due to hot springs or other geothermal sources. As we know, Antarctica has over 140 volcanoes. One of the most interesting quotes about Neuschwabenland and Antarctica comes from German Navy Grand Admiral Karl Dönitz, who said that the German submarine fleet is proud of having built for the Führer in another part of the world, a Shangri-La on land, an impregnable fortress, he said. Eventually, the Americans found out about the Nazi exploring Antarctica and decided to launch an explorative mission of their own. Many doubtful claims have been made about this story. However, there are other claims which are backed up by facts. According to reports from American scientists which participated in the mission to Antarctica, during their stay, they witnessed disc-shaped craft flying in the sky and technology that was anything but ordinary. But for years, scientists and researchers traveled to the icy continents and have seen things that are reminiscent of what many are calling alien technology. A massive UFO sighting occurred in 1965 when scientists and military personnel from Great Britain, Chile, and Argentina witnessed numerous UFOs near Antarctica. According to reports, these UFOs caused navigational and scientific equipment to malfunction. But many other sensational discoveries were made, which have resulted in numerous scientific and military expeditions to Antarctica. But what's down there that's so important? Is there really something in Antarctica that everyone wants to find? Is there, as some suggest, evidence of a technologically advanced civilization buried under the thick layers of ice in Antarctica? Numerous documentaries point to the fact that for the decades, if not centuries, people have traveled to Antarctica in search of something valuable. Maybe after all, there may be traces of technologically advanced civilizations buried beneath the ice, and these civilizations may have flourished on the now icy continent in the distant past when Antarctica was covered by dense vegetation and exotic animal life. As always, extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. And this is on Collective Spark. Please leave your comments and thank you for your support. Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.